Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Unreal. The original, not the Unreal Engine, not Unreal Tournament, just Unreal. From 1998. Published by Epic, I believe. And, yeah, this one's a classic. So, this is something you don't see on the channel very often. It's an old school 90s shooter. For some reason, I don't play them very often on the channel, even though these were some of the first PC games I ever played, games like Unreal. And I love them to bits. And I just thought the other day, why don't I just play through this game and share it with folks? I know it's a bit different, but sometimes it's good to try things that are a bit different. And even just looking at this scrolling bit here with the music and the castle, oh god, the nostalgia is real. Oh, it's so good. So, not as famous as Doom or Quake or anything like that, by far. However, I still think Unreal's kind of awesome. And we're going to play it. Now, as you can see, this is the gold edition with the old Unreal patch that I'm using. Because you need to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery to make this run on modern systems. I really don't know why the game hasn't got a remaster by now. I believe Night Dive were looking into doing a remaster, but I don't know if anything ever actually came of it. They're the guys who did the Quake remaster a couple of years ago, so... Anyway, we're going to do a new game. Campaign Unreal. There's the Return to Naopali expansion. I've never done that, actually. We're just going to do the regular Unreal campaign, and I'm going to go with... We got easy, medium, hard, very hard, Unreal, and godlike. I'm going to be a bit of a wuss and play it on medium. I could probably smash through it on hard, but with a lot of reloading. Because I love games like this, but I'll never promise you that I'm actually any good at them. So, yeah. There's mutators as well. There's a couple of things here we can add to meddle with the gameplay a little bit, but I'm not going to bother with that. Let's get started. And without any ceremony whatsoever, plop, you're in the first level. There's no cutscene, no nothing like that. I don't know if this game had a manual that explained the plot a bit more. It might have done, but the version of the game I played didn't come with one. It actually came with the computer that my parents bought. The disc for the game came in a little paper envelope, and that was your lot. That's all we got.
Security breach detected.
The plot, so to speak, though, thus far, is as follows. We are a prisoner on a prison starship that has crashed on an unknown planet, but we'll soon learn that the planet is called Naopali. And we need to escape from this exploding ship right now, and not end up like this guy who's been impaled by a large piece of metal that seems to have come out of nowhere, possibly the ceiling, I'm not sure. Look at these high-resolution, high-poly toilets here, right here. This game, as laughable as it might seem right now, blew my mind when I played it back in the day. The graphics of this game were seriously incredible at the time. We need to go up here. This is a lift. And then we can pick up the translator, which is what we use to receive text messages from various items and things in the game. Attention all prisoners, remember, be kind to your cellmate. Violence will not be tolerated. That's a health kit. We should take that. In the bottom left, you can see our health, although the text is incredibly tiny. I might see if I can change that. HUD layout. There we go. That gives us the big numbers. It's not the game is not really optimized to work on high resolutions. It was designed to be played in like 800 by 600 resolutions. So yeah, it's a bit well, you know. I just turn off max speed. There's a bit of weird mouse behavior in this game that I do struggle with a little bit. It's got mouse smoothing is actually turned off in the options, as you saw, but even so, it feels like it is switched on. It's kind of odd. Flashing lights. I will have hopefully remembered to put a epilepsy warning on this video because Unreal has a bit of a thing with flashing lights for some reason. It's a little unpleasant, even for someone who doesn't suffer from epilepsy. Jonas Gershwin's diary, day 204. There was another roach in my lunch today. I wonder how they'll make it on board starships such as this one. Sorry, I wonder how they make it on board starships such as this one. If that bitch in Cell 4A keeps looking at me funny, I swear I'm going to rip out her larynx. Very nice. Now, we could go over that way, but I'm not going to just yet. We want to go back down to the bottom floor. I believe around here somewhere there's... a bandage. You can see we've only got 37 health at the bottom there. We don't start the game off with a full 100% health, so... This book gives us a message. Benjamin Nathaniel's diary, day 93. Today is my birthday. I shall celebrate by attempting to start another prison riot. Right. It's quite dark, some bits of the game. You could barely see that switch there for the lift, but there it was. And here we have somebody on some kind of electric chair. Hello there. Prisoner 853, James Kavanagh, ready for electrocution. Well, there we go. Apparently our character didn't like this guy very much, because we pressed that button without any hesitation. Bring the lift down, stand on it, should go straight back up. I think. Yep. Lovely. Right, now we can proceed upstairs. This first level is interesting, because it's not exactly an action-packed start, is it? They just kind of want to walk you through the basics of how the controls work to begin with. We won't even get a weapon for a little while yet. And that is some sort of creature in the end of the vent there. But there's an explosion and he's gone. This game was super creepy when I played as a kid. This whole bit here gave me the heebie-jeebies big time. Again, a bit quaint by today's sounds, but it was a bit spooky. What do we have here? First officer's log, Vortex Rikers. That Vortex Rikers is the name of the ship we're on, by the way. Prisoners have become more and more restless as we get close to the prison moon. Security says they have the prisoners under control, but several have had to be taken to med lab for treatment. Captain's log, S. Kroon. Vortex Rikers, altering our course may have proven detrimental to our mission. We are caught in the gravitational field of an uncharted planet. I've ordered the engine foreman to divert power to the drives. Well, he wasn't dead, but now he is. Now then, we can go back in here. Go into this room. With this amazing polished marble floor that, yes, I am actually sliding around on like it's ice. These reflections, by the way, were also mind-blowing back in the day. I had never seen anything like this in a video game. It was incredible. I told my friends at school about this and they didn't believe me. They thought, nah, that's ridiculous. Gate graphics aren't that good. Although it is kind of weird to note the way the boxes seem to float above the floor. But whatever. Right, that's an armor piece we can get in there if we just headbutt this button here. And we grab that, and we have 100 armor at the top left there. It works just like in Doom, basically. You got armor and you got health. Doom, Wolfenstein, anything like that. Also, if we look down, we can actually see a view of our player character. She is female. Now, there isn't like a set canonical player character from the original Unreal. A bit unusually for a shooter of this era. You could actually choose what your player character looked like by going into options. Where is it? Options, preferences. Maybe it's not there. Tools? Player setup, there it is. And you can choose what your character looks like by choosing your multiplayer skin, essentially. Like so. And that's it. That's just how your character looks like in the single player as well. Now, this lady here, I've always sort of unofficially taken to be the canon protagonist, however, because in the original game, when you booted it up, she was always the default player character. So, basically, I always play as her, because in my head canon, she's the canon one, if that makes any sense. Now we want to go down here, but we want to get this health first. And that's actually a lift, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Right, we want to avoid that big sparking wire that's flying around there all over the place. And now we're in the med lab. Full of lots of dead people, much like everywhere else on the ship. I like the little scan lines on these digital displays. It's kind of weird. Chief Medical Officer's log. Prison vessel 254 Vortex Rikers. The constant fighting between prisoners seems to be getting worse. At this rate, I will be out of supplies long before we reach the prison moon. Yes. Add a health kit. There we go.
You have entered a restricted area.
Yes, indeed, I seem to have done so. We can get that. And we've got 100 health now, so unless we get a super health, we cannot increase our health beyond 100 with regular health packs, so... Okay. Oh, this door will not open, but listen. Gruesome things are happening on the other side. Oh, and the creature, what did it? Runs away. I remember showing my parents this game back in the day when I first started playing it, and I think it was around about this point that my mother was just sort of a bit like, are we sure he should be playing this? This seems incredibly violent. Luckily, they decided not to stop me in the end. And we finally get our first gun, the dispersion pistol. Fires blue bolts of energy. And interestingly, it essentially has unlimited ammo because you see the ammo count on the bottom right? The dispersion pistol's ammo slowly regenerates when you're not firing it. Quite slowly, but yeah. It also has an alternate fire mode, where if you hold it down long enough, it's like the plasma pistol from Halo. It fires a more powerful bolt. I pretty much never use that mode, I have to admit. All the weapons in this game have an alternate fire mode, which I think was something reasonably new. I don't remember anything weapons from Quake or Doom having alternate fire modes, so... Okay. Now, interestingly, the alien creature that ran off, we do not encounter him in the rest of the level. Now, I think it might be because I'm only playing on medium difficulty. I think on higher difficulties, he sometimes appears right here, and you have to fight him. And that's why you get given the dispersion pistol at this point. But for whatever reason, in this version of the game, on this particular difficulty, he does not appear. Also, we get decals on the walls when we shoot them. And I distinctly do not remember that being a thing in the original 1998 version. I think that might be added by either the OldUnreal patch or the Gold Edition. I'm not sure which. First aid station, break glass. Yeah, I see. This is here, I think, if you end up fighting the alien. But we haven't, because I think we're only playing on medium. Trust me, I'm still probably going to struggle with parts of this game, even on medium. I really am. Actually, we should quick save as well, because there's no auto saves in this game. None whatsoever. Engine foreman's log. Prison vessel 254 Vortex Rikers. I am juicing up all the power I can to escape from the gravitational pull of this mysterious planet. It doesn't seem to be working. No, indeed it isn't. And it didn't. Right, we want to push this by headbutting it. Like, that's how you activate all switches in this game. You headbutt them. Brings us across to here. Now, is there anything back here? Any secrets? No. Okay, jolly good. It's worth checking. It's worth checking. This is a 90s shooter, therefore it's full of secrets. Although, unlike previous games like Doom and like Quake, this game doesn't actually give you a tally at the end of the level of there are X many secrets and you found this number of them. It doesn't do that at all, actually. It doesn't give you the usual stats at the end of a level, like you killed X amount of enemies out of the total, you found X amount of secrets. They kind of got rid of that with Unreal. They decided not to go down that route. It's still a pretty arcadey game, but they made a conscious decision to sort of move away from that sort of high score mentality, I think, and lean a bit more into narrative, especially with all these text messages. Chief Security Guards log, prison vessel 254, Vortex Rikers. They've pulled all the power to the drives to no effect. We're spiraling towards the planet. I don't know what's going to happen to us. Break glass in case of emergency. Well, I think this qualifies, so... down we go. Now here, these are not little bits of giblets of flesh. These are actually flares. You've noticed there have been some dark areas in the game so far. There's a reason for that. We get light sources to play with, like flares and like the flashlight later on. And that's a little itty-bitty creature that's very cute. It is not hostile. Look, it is adorable. Hello, cute little creature. And now we come to one of the things that made Unreal awesome. The huge external environments. Admittedly, all of it still walled off by canyons and things, but still really, really cool. Log, guard, R. Beejel. The situation is critical. Last night, large, extremely powerful alien forces penetrated our camp, fired small missiles from hand launchers. We lost 5 men. Really good. Is there something up here to get, actually? I'm just remembering. Get to see hear some of this game's amazing soundtrack now. Aha, here we go. Some clips of ammo for a gun that we don't yet have, but will do very quickly. We want to go in here. Ah, here it is. The Auto Mag. One of the better weapons in the game, actually. You get it very early on, but it remains useful for a very long time because it is one of very few direct fire weapons in this game that don't fire a slow-moving projectile like this, which makes it incredibly useful against a lot of enemies. Log, Cook J. Strang. No reply to distress signal. Vortex Riker's hull is too unstable to use as shelter. We found an abandoned house to use as our base camp. Maybe the native population can help us. That's a hint. The native population can help you in this game. This is a pool of water. It has lots of little fishies in it. Now, they might not look like much, these little 5-polygon fishies, but they can actually damage you. They're like little piranhas. They bite you. However, if we jump down in here, and these water effects, by the way, state of the art in 1998. This was beautiful. Have those clips. I think that's all there is to actually find down here. So let's get back out of the water before the fishies decide to eat us. Uh-oh. Out. Yep, like that. And check out the inside of this house. So we've got here another dead dude. An empty fireplace, but I think we could use a flare here. Like so. Oh, I thought maybe there was a secret there, but I guess not. Some more flares. And a wooden box. No, it's not a wooden box, it's a metal box. Wooden boxes and barrels and things we can shoot and make explode. And they sometimes have loot in them. Log, N. Voss, contact with members of ISV Kran. Presumed loss in this area 3 months ago. They've seen a Scourge vessel in operation. We may need to gain control of it to escape the system. The Scourge are the baddies in this game. They are the evil aliens. One of which we encountered inside in the first level. Now we're going to head this way. I'm going to endeavour to remember to quick save as often as possible. Probably ought to drop a few manual saves here and there, but it'll probably be okay for now. Now that is a very big drop. Ooh, God, don't go over the edge. I will definitely die. Falling damage is the thing in this. This right here is a wooden crate which contains health, which we don't actually need right now, but still, it's nice that it's there, I guess. We have another dead dude. I reckon you might be able to drop down here and into the water, actually, if you really wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Right. This over here is a gnarly healing fruit. It's a healing item. Like the health kits, but we don't need it right now. More crates containing a bandage and some clips. And any moment now, we're going to meet our first proper enemy that will try and fight us. Game's full of fun little cinematic moments like that. Gotcha. And he's got a friend. Hello. Now, the auto mag does have an alternate fire mode. You click the right mouse button, and we fire it sideways in full auto mode, which is very inaccurate, but useful at close range. Let's go down this way first. Get whatever's in these crates. Press this button by headbutting it. Now, this game, I don't know how many people watching this will have actually heard of it, really. I mean, I think more people have probably heard of Unreal Tournament than they have of the original Unreal. Probably definitely heard of the Unreal Engine, and that was really the most successful part of this game, was actually the engine it was built on. Then got, you know, marketed out to other developers to build their games on. To this day, we still have new versions of the Unreal Engine constantly coming out. The problem with Unreal itself was that it was incredibly overshadowed. In spite of being a marvelous game, at least in my opinion, it was incredibly overshadowed by the fact that in exactly the same year, Half-Life came out. And as many cool innovations as are present in Unreal, when you compare it to its predecessors, all of them kind of pale a bit in comparison to Half-Life, unfortunately. So this game had a really rough time of it purely because it just released at the wrong time. Now, personally, and this is where we're getting into my personal opinion rather than any objective fact here, I actually find Unreal to be a better game than Half-Life. I find it to be a lot more fun. Personally, I enjoy playing Unreal a lot more than Half-Life. It's no secret that actually I'm not a huge fan of Half-Life. The first game, specifically. Half-Life 2, I adore. The original Half-Life, though, not so much. I find the shooting in it a little bit frustrating, and I find the platforming it constantly throws at you incredibly frustrating. Now, that didn't achieve much, did it? I don't think there's much to find down here, but I'm going to have a look anyway. This game has its fair share of platforming as well. Uh-oh, blood-sucking fish are back. There might be a secret down there somewhere, I don't know, but to be honest with you, I'm not interested in finding it. Whatever it is, it can't possibly be worth it. Or can it? Let me just go a bit further down here a second. Very occasionally, you can find a secret in this game that gives you an awesome gun, like a whole level earlier than you would normally get it. But it would take us ages to get that. There's a house over there and all sorts, so... Alright, screw it. I'm going in. Actually feels like there's a bit of a current to this water, you know. Uh-oh, fishies are here. You know, I think we can actually kill the fish. It's incredibly difficult to do it, though. There you go, I killed one of them just then. So yeah, Unreal is a game that's gone a little bit forgotten by future generations, mostly just because it wasn't Half-Life. It's ultimately what it came down to. I talked a little bit earlier about that nice cinematic moment where the alien flung the dead guy at the wall. Yeah, this game has moments like that in it, which are quite good, but the problem is Half-Life had even more of them, so... There was a sequel to this game made, Unreal 2, which came out many, many years later. Although, again, it's gone largely forgotten because... that one didn't really have an excuse, I don't think, beyond it was made by a completely different developer, and it just wasn't that remarkable or innovative, really. Not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, but just didn't do anything particularly special either. Oh, hello. It's our next enemy type. It's these weird ceiling tentacles. 1998 was a really good year for aliens that hang around on the ceiling, apparently. You want to be careful when you go murdering boxes, actually, because sometimes you need them, especially to push them around like this, in order to be able to do jumping puzzles to get good items, like this. So you don't want to shoot those boxes on sight if you can help it. There we go, there's another bit of armor. And this is some Teridium shards. They are for a gun that we don't currently have. But I'm wondering if we might get access to it here by going through this entirely optional segment of the level we're in right now, by the way. There are quite a few levels in this game that are like that. You can actually, if you want to go from A to B and complete the level, it's incredibly fast. But if you wander off the beaten track, you end up on a massive tangent like this where you can find lots of extra things. Ah, hello, like you. This guy is a Nali. He's one of the native aliens. They are friendly. Do not shoot them. If you do not shoot them, sometimes they actually show you the way to secrets. This guy at the moment, though, he looks like he's trying to heal this person or something. Not really sure. Here's a book, though. My burden does not end. More minions have been cast down by the angry gods. I will pray for their souls, but I fear my prayers are not heard. I must travel to the Temple of Chisra to seek balance. And I'm going to take these automag clips from his mantelpiece. Quite why he has some on his mantelpiece, I don't know. Oh, and there's a flashlight. Nice. You got anything else here, mate? He doesn't seem to mind me shooting up his place, does he? There's the little flying insects around the room as well, by the way. Just nice little bits of ambience. They don't do anything other than just exist. So we got the flashlight. Another light source. It doesn't really have the proper flashlight effect. It has this thing that early 3D games did where it just kind of makes the surfaces light up. Do you see how I mean? It doesn't work like a proper flashlight does. I'm going to turn it off because it has limited battery. Extremely limited battery, actually. You can see a little bar at the very top right there. And it's very, very small because of my screen resolution, but it has drained just by switching it on there. Thankfully, you don't need to use it very often, but occasionally. There's a bit in the next level, in fact, that I'm thinking of specifically that it would be really good to hang on to the flashlight for. Okay, I believe we're done here. Yeah, that's the way we... yeah. So, I didn't find the gun for those shards. I don't know if it is around here somewhere, but I didn't find it. If I had, it would have made the trip worth it. As it stands, though, not so much. Alright. Mind you, I didn't break all of those crates open back there, did I? But I'd be a little surprised if it actually was in a crate. They never usually are. Okie dokie. Now, I think... no, no tentacle monster, okay. Now, there's a thing on top of this crate that we're going to want. Yeah, got to headbutt it. Yeah, there's armor. There we go. Grab that. Look at the rippling water on the little 2D puddle there. Again, mind-blowing graphics back in the day, that was. Switch to the old auto mag, I think. Ah, hello, friend. With your missiles. Unfortunately, there's no reload button in this game, mostly because most guns don't really need reloading. The automag is a bit of an exception. There's no, like, indicator on the bottom right there for how many bullets are left in your magazine, but you will hear the bullets start to make a click noise as you fire them, which is the indicator that you're getting to the end of the clip. Ah. And the new enemy type. A flying bird thing. Quite easily dispatched with the automag. Some more ammo, and up! Ceiling monster. Log, guard, B.V. Welly. I can't get past the brutes to go back and help my brother. My ammo is almost out. There are brutes patrolling around at all times. Brutes are the name of the enemy with the twin missile launchers that we've been shooting at. I can't always remember all the names of the enemies in this game. But, these guys are definitely brutes. I know the game is seeming incredibly easy right now. It's mostly because... Hello. It's mostly because this is the introductory level, really, still. And also, I know the first, like, few levels of this game, like the back of my hand, like, really well. Not well enough to remember quite where all the secrets are, admittedly, but I really do know this quite well. Unreal is one of those games where I played the first half of the game a million bazillion times, and the last half of the game maybe once or twice. So we'll get that. We'll reach that classic point in this game eventually at some point where I'm off the edge of the map and I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm sure it'll be fun. Let's use that gnarly healing fruit. And there's ammo there. I want it. Give it to me. Never mind. We'll make do without. Anything in this? A flare. Okay. And this leads us to the next level. The Rajigar Mine by Cliff Blazinski. It tells you at the start of every level who designed it, which is a neat touch. He's dead. Force field control area, apparently. I believe that's where we want to go first. Because... Oh, I think there might be a secret in this dark corner here. One moment. Yes, there is. Some armor and a leg. If we go this way... Oh, we get a ceiling alien. The ground shakes, which actually makes it quite difficult to aim when that happens. And we get another brute. There we go. And we have a force field that we can't go through right now. Force field intact, all systems normal, so we have to go back down the other way to turn it off. Also, these crystals with their weird ripply surfaces don't make an awful lot of sense, but they did look pretty in 1998, and that's mostly what mattered. This barrel thing over here is explosive. And it opens up a side passage when we shoot it. Also, these slopes are slippery, and if you jump up it with enough momentum, you can actually make it up some of them. Which leads us to a health kit, and 2 dead people, including 1 alien. And a journal, which says, Harrowbed village is on the other side of these mountains. I will wait until the 2 suns have set and proceed through Rajigar Mine. This is the only way. Seems it didn't work out for them. So let's go back through here and see about turning off that force field. I hope you're enjoying the amazing soundtrack of this game. I have got the music turned up a bit because this game does have a fantastic soundtrack. I wish I could remember who composed it, but it reminds me a lot of Deus Ex's soundtrack. And there's a secret here. Well, we're on full ammo, so it doesn't matter, I guess, but jolly good. And ceiling alien. They're remarkably well hidden when they're not, when they're not attacking you. Those little buggers, but I remembered his location. Alright. Dead people. I'm sure this is not foreboding of it, or what's the word? Foreshadowing of any kind. We got the shield belt as well from that, which is another armor piece we can use at the top left there to give us 282 armor now, which is pretty darn good. Force field, power 2 status. Okay, yeah, so we want to turn both of these off by headbutting these buttons, which will turn them off. And the music fades away. Curious. Uh-oh, the way forward's been blocked off and we can't jump over it. And the lights are going out. That's where we use the flashlight. And this guy here is a Scourge Warrior. It's our first encounter with him on this difficulty. They're actually surprisingly easy to kill with the auto mag. As you can imagine, in 1998, when I was about however many years old I was, that encounter scared the absolute crap out of me. And now the music really kicks up a notch. I'd like to get this ammo over here, actually. There we go. That was a tricky jump to make, that one, from that box to that one. I'm glad I managed to nail it on the first attempt. Makes me look like I'm actually good at this game. Now the way is open, and here's some more Teridium shards. And there's an exploding barrel, which will shoot just on principle. And it's another ceiling alien. I'm sure these guys have a proper name. I don't know what it is. They're just the ceiling aliens to me. Right, you gotta be careful here because, yep, the floor falls away into lava. And that killed me the first time I did this level, and I was not very pleased because I hadn't quick saved in ages. Again, lovely lava effects. Funny thing about lava in this game, though, you just watch this. It's surprisingly not that lethal. It's pretty lethal, but not as lethal as you might think. It's kind of survivable if you do fall down there and you know where to go to get out. So, I'm gonna quick load though. Oh, quick loading in this is F7 for some weird reason. Unlike most civilized games, which have it assigned to F9. Right, here's some ammo. I'm looking for something here specifically. The Teridium shard. I'm looking for this guy, who's standing perilously close to those explosive barrels, but apparently not quite close enough. Gotcha. Those guys are tough on high difficulties, those Scourge Warriors. They are really mean. And we'll encounter much meaner versions of them later in the game. Intruder detected in sections C6 and D8. All personnel are responsible for patrolling their local area. He wasn't doing a lot of patrolling, was he? I think he was playing Candy Crush on his terminal there. Now we can meet this guy. He's another gnarly dude, and he's going to help us find a secret. If we follow him. And there's a reason I went to go kill the Scourge Warrior first, because if the Scourge Warrior is still alive, he would at this point attack our gnarly friend here and prevent him from showing us this secret, which gives us the Stinger, our third weapon of the game, and this is the gun that uses the Teridium shards as ammo. Has two fire modes, one which is full auto like that, which is kind of like the nail gun in Quake, and one which is a kind of shotgun that fires 5 shards at a time. Both are quite useful, actually. Now then, what we want here is to shoot that button so we can get across here. And you want to get across here quite quickly because I do believe that's a timed one right there. The platform goes back down again. Or not. Maybe it goes back down again on a higher difficulty. Starting to wish I'd played it on hard. Ah, I should have waited before I did that because... Hello! There you go. Shotgun mode is a winner. Oh. If you've ever played a lot of Unreal Tournament back in the day, you'll notice a lot of sort of proto versions of the weapons from those games appear in this one. I should mention, actually, the multiplayer for this game was incredible. I didn't play a lot of online multiplayer because I didn't have a decent internet connection at the time to be able to do it with, but I did play a lot of bot matches. And I honestly enjoyed the bot matches slightly more than the single player sometimes. Right, here's 4 buttons for us to headbutt. which will open the way and bring this guy out of hiding as well. You'll note the way the guy jumps and dodges to get away from your projectiles quite effectively sometimes. Oh, hello. The enemy AI in this is actually quite impressive for the time. Hello. Yeah, hello. And you. I want the ammo, which I apparently don't need, so that was a waste. Come back down, please, elevator. Please, 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 please. Thank you. I'm going to switch back to the auto mag now, I think. Right, another shield belt, another stinger in case I didn't get the secret earlier. And another one of these guys. Hello. Go away, ceiling squid. There we go. I am making the game look a little easy right now, aren't I? I promise you, it won't be later. Then again, I don't really mind playing quite casually in this game. Perhaps as a bonus at the end of this series, I'll go back and do the first couple of levels again on godlike difficulty, just so we can see the difference. But yeah, I did play through the first like 3 levels of the game recently, because what I did is I ran up the game and got the community patch installed. And I decided I shall play it a bit for the basis of testing to make sure it works with my recording software and blah, blah, blah. And then I ended up playing the game for 3 hours. And honestly, I swear it was harder. I guess I've had a bit of practice. Oh, hello. But the mine level is actually, especially if you know where you're going and what you're doing, the mine level is actually very, very easy. I think it's when we get to around level 4 or 5 where the difficulty seriously ramps up, even on medium. Right, we want to actually stay out of the way of that, otherwise you get crushed by the lift. It's a funny little trap, that. You assume that that's actually the lift, but it isn't. And then you die. Oh, hello. Hidden in the shadows, are we? Notice the game has an interesting mix of like baked on shadows on the textures as well as actual dynamic ones. The lighting in this game was just so amazingly advanced at the time. Like, you had multicolored lights. That was just not a thing before this came out. Blue lights! This amazed everybody at the time. Look, more blue lights. People forget nowadays, but like, just different kinds of color were like a whole thing for a while, like trying to get them to display. Look, red lights. Hello! We need to kill you before you kill our friend over there. Oh, and my cat's on the table! As ever, choosing the perfect moment to demand some attention. There we go. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Right, now that's over. Our friend here... Well, he's supposed to show us the way to this, but he's kind of done it now. Or does he want me to come this way? Ah, there we go. There's a baddie there. I felt a bit disappointed with that bit there, because the expectation is you shoot the barrel and you'll instantly kill the alien, but it doesn't happen. Hi, dude. You gonna show me a secret? No? Okay. They don't always, just sometimes. Ooh, some Teridium shards. In fact, I'm already full ammo on the Stinger right now, so... Ooh! There we go. Some health. And this is where the Scourge Warrior jumped down at us from earlier. And there's a friend. He brought a friend. These guys are not fun in close quarters. Gotcha. They have nasty claws, like retractable claws on their hands. Like Wolverine, which make them quite nasty close up. Right, now this right here. This bridge? Yeah. Yeah, this sucks. Everything about this sucks. You can actually get some ammo down here, but it's never worth it. Yeah, hate this bridge. This bridge can go screw itself. You're gonna jump like that to get across it. Oh god. Hi. Yeah, I didn't forget about you, honest. I kind of went for medium in the end, actually, but partially because I did figure it might be good sort of forgetful Let's Player difficulty level. I'm guessing I was right, judging by what just happened. Oh no! My gnarly friend, he's dead. I believe he was going to show me a secret, but it's too late now. He's been gibleted. Yeah, I think there was a secret behind here. Oh well. That leads down to the lava in case you need to climb out. Which you probably will, knowing these damn bridges. Yeah. Hello. Oh, hello. Hi there. Another very generously placed health kit. They ease you in with this game. They do ease you in. Though it has to be said, when you're playing this when you're 10 years old, the game is a lot harder. I remember struggling with this level as a kid, and now it's just sort of... And I'm pretty sure I even played on easy back then too. Now it's a bit trivial. And yet, I swear to God, there are some games I was better at as a kid. Like Halo. I'm pretty sure I was definitely better at Halo when I was a kid. You son of a... Yeah, the shotgun attack is really tricky with these guys. They are very good at dodging it. Switch back to the auto mag. Oh, I don't have a lot of bullets left for that either, actually. Dispersion pistol time, I guess. Oh, wait, here's some Teridium shards, and I'm going to just go ahead and remove you from the equation. Now then, I don't believe there's a way to get onto this for now, so there is an item on top of it, a shield belt, but I'm going to have to leave it for now. Can't go through there, so we must go this way. Press this button, and hello there! Quite sure how I managed to dodge those missiles right there. Speaking of dodging, actually, there was a feature in this game called dodging, where you double tap left or right to do a little sideways jump. Now, it's turned on by default, but I have turned it off because I found it actually to be quite irritating, because sometimes in a fight I will be rapidly tapping movement keys and it'll make me accidentally do a dodge, and I have indeed accidentally dodged into lava a couple of times, so I turned it off. Now there's a secret here, so I'm just going to push forward, and as soon as the lift goes up, there we go, get into this vent to get some bullets, and I believe some armor, which we need to make a little jump to get like this, behind this fan. And there's another fan here, which nothing happens to us if we just stand here. Oh, wait, yeah, if you jump up a little bit further though, if you stood on the floor, you're fine, but if you jump up a little bit further, you get sucked into it, which is important for the bit that's about to come next. So we'll push this button yet again. There we go. And now we have to get across to there. Now that's not a force field. It's actually glass, which is a little cheeky of the game, because for a long time I got stuck at this bit because I thought that was a force field, but it's not. Now the trick with this bit here, with the fan sucking you in, is not to try and stop at these conveniently placed banisters here. And it's also not to jump either. If you jump, you'll get sucked straight in. What you got to do is just leg it. Run straight forwards. There we go, like that. And then we press all 3 of these buttons. And then leg it back across. Don't go for that health kit, it is a trap. Doing that will have opened this. I don't know why this game has a thing about, like, grouping together multiple buttons that all do the same thing, but it does it quite a lot sometimes. Now, we're on the next bit of the mines, and there is a secret here right at the start. Easy to miss it, but if we stand on that, it opens up a hole. If we jump down here, we get this, the ASMD. A little bit earlier than would normally be intended. The ASMD has 2 fire modes, which I shall demonstrate once we've got an enemy, because we don't have a lot of ammo for it. Press this button, hop into this little cart thing here, and off we go. Oh, and we're in the lava. Okay, jolly good. Time to reload. Yeah, let's try that again, shall we? I'm glad I quick saved when I did. My cat just farted. That was the reason for the sudden confused silence there in my commentary. The cat just farted at me. He's like a foot away from me and he farted. The little git. So you can see we've got 2 modes. This is the direct fire mode, which doesn't do as much damage, and then you have a slow-moving projectile that does an area of effect damage that does tons of damage if you hit someone directly with it, like this guy. I believe if I hit him enough times. Stop using that gnarly as a shield, you bastard. Ah, sometimes you can give these guys completely into little tiny red bits if you get a kill directly on him with the alt fire. Now then, yep, you come back down here. I will not hop into that just yet, actually. Hello, Mr. Gnarly. I just want to get over here, because there's a super health, which brings us to 200 health, and there's an ASMD core. In other words, ammo for this gun. And I need to go over here, press this button again, hop into this, and there will be a baddie waiting for us. Hello, sir. Quick save. Oh. We have one of you. 1 direct fire shot and 1 slow-moving projectile. I don't know what. It needs to be a snappier name for it than that. Is enough to kill the ceiling monsters. Now, this button opens up this bridge here temporarily. You'll see why that is in a minute. There we go. Warning, exercise caution when in the vicinity of pteridium barrels. Yeah, you don't say. Alright, if we go down this way, we shall meet an enemy. Also, here are some bullets. This guy is the Super Brute. He's like a brute, but he's bigger and superer. Now, the intention, I think, here by the level designers was for you to lure him back this way, across the bridge, and then push the button to make him fall in the lava. Pretty sure that's what that's for. However, unfortunately, his AI doesn't really work very well, and he will not really follow you properly. If I walk over here, I believe I can get him to come out of his corner with some difficulty and some health lost. And he will follow us to a certain extent, but I've never been able to get him to follow me any further than this. He essentially gets stuck here. So, unfortunately, as much as it would save me some ammo, it's easy to just shoot the guy. More flashing lights, for which I apologise. There's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. And you, sir, who don't have a lot of places to dodge to right now, so yeah, the shotgun attack will do nicely. Excellent. Brings us to this next area now. These look like they ought to be secrets, but I don't think they are. Whoa! Hello. It's a good thing I've got mountains of health and armor right now, because I'm losing quite a bit of it. When in doubt, auto mag. There we go. I can't quite jump on that, but I think if I do this, there we go. Ah, but I can't get up any further. I think we maybe need to use this box, but I'm not really sure. It'll allow us to get up this far, but not any further. So you can drop down to it from there. No. I don't know how you're supposed to get up there. I must confess. Unless... Oh. Oh, I think I see. Unfortunately, though... Can I... If I'm backwards and forwards here, can I just make enough room to... Yeah, there we go. I'm going to push this around here. I bet this better be the right answer, otherwise I'm wasting a lot of time. Come on. I think this might be the way to do it. Here we go. And then I think we have to kind of jump around that last bit. Easier said than done. Very much easier said than done. I'll give it one more try. Almost. One more. No. Come on. Come on! Alright, never mind. It's not happening. That's another ammo thing for the ASMD here anyway. And more bullets. And hello, sir! Box there with health in it that I don't need. Actually, what was in this box? Bullets. Excellent. Can always use more bullets. There are some guns that use the same ammo type, and bullets is definitely one of them. So you want as many bullets as you can get your hands on. Right, down here we have a couple of switches. We got some iridium shards as well. Remember when I was a kid I used to call them Tyranium shards because I couldn't read. Admittedly, the text is quite small. Hello, mate. Okay, that didn't go quite as well as I hoped it would. I've never been able to figure out if locational damage is a thing in this game. I'm not sure it is. So trying to aim for headshots on the Scourge Warriors, I don't think helps you out very much. There's a shield belt up there. Damned if I know how to get to it. Actually, no, I do know how to get to it, I think. If we go this way. Could do with the shield belt, actually. My armor's a bit low. I say a bit low, it's still over 100, but hey. You gotta do that. There we go. There's some remarkably bulletproof boxes. And the end of the level. Which brings us to Sacred Passage, where we get a total change of scenery. So we go back outside, and this brings us to the external area with some nice soothing music. The external outside area of the Temple of Chisra, which was mentioned in one of the text logs from the Nali NPCs we met earlier. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to leave off for this first episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed. I just startled the cat there, and that thing startled me. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, folks. I aim to complete the entire game with you, dear folks, here on YouTube watching. This is not a game I expect an awful lot of people will end up tuning in to watch, but it's one of my favourite games of all friggin' time, and I think it's about time, frankly, that I shared it on the channel here, after 10 years of going, should I do Unreal? Should I? Should I? Maybe, maybe not. Now I finally am going to. So, ladies and gents, tune in next week for some more Unreal as we explore the Temple of Chisra. Through that door. Although we won't be going in through that door, but through that door, regardless. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Catch you next time. Toodaloo.